Hello, my name is Eugene Capon. I'm a motion designer and VFX artist, and this is my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about a very important and yet underutilized in so many ways tool in After Effects. And I'm talking about expressions. Now, what it is, it allows you to write scripts and code different keyable attributes of layers, so you don't have to create keyframes and yet get animation and motion. Whenever you're watching the Avengers, you've probably seen Robert Downey Jr. inside the Iron Man suit, and you have that full set UI of different things moving around. You have little pieces spinning constantly and moving and recalibrating based on like different math, and it's supposed to represent things that are happening in the real world. Now, somebody didn't go in and put in just a lot of keyframes for every one of those movements. That would be stupid, and it would be a huge waste of your time. But instead, expressions allows you to create those movements without having to put in a lot of keyframes. And then, let's get some user interface pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some elements. What do I want? What do I want? So grab this. No, that's not really big. So I'm just going to go ahead and scale this up. And I'm going to make sure it updates. So we have our first little tech piece, and it's in this perfect, well, not quite perfect circle. I mean, it's a little off center, but for our purposes today, this is going to be just fine. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a time expression. Now, adding an expression is very, very simple. All you have to do is hit Alt, hit the attribute that you want to apply your expression to, which is like your scale, your position, your rotation. Today we're going to be trying the rotation. And what we're going to be doing is I'm going to type in time, the times button, which is a little asterisk, and then I'm going to hit 360. And what that does is it adds 360 degrees to every second. So when I scrub down the timeline, when we hit that first second, it's done a complete 360 degree turn. Now, whatever you need this to spin at, you just take 360, you divide it by the seconds that you need it to make one full circle around, you apply that number, and you're done. Very simple. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to talk about the wiggle expression. But first, what I'm going to do is we're going to add another piece to our UI. I'm going to go back into Illustrator. This is where I'm grabbing all these pieces. All right, I'm going to go ahead and grab, oh, this looks fun. Copy. And then I'm hitting copy and paste. That's how I'm able to grab these. And I'm going to scale it up. And I'm going to go ahead and hit rasterize so it looks clear. And what I'm going to go back down is to the rotation. I'm going to hit Alt again, but instead of hitting time, I'm going to put in wiggle. Now it's just a very simple command. And basically what it says is wiggle parentheses, and then you're going to put in two attributes. And basically it says, if I put a 2, it's going to say twice per second. And then I'm going to add, say, 50. It's going to say twice per second, it's going to have 50 pixels of movement. Now, when we go back down the line, down the timeline, it's going to move that amount. And then with those expressions, you can actually sit down and build out everything you need for an Iron Man UI. So there's going to be one last thing I'm going to do. And we're going to set up a slider. Now, a slider will allow you to add attributes of different things to it, so you can easily make all the changes. Okay, so the next thing we want to do now that we have this null is I'm going to rename it. You just click on the layer, hit enter, then you can rename it. And I'm going to call it controller. Or control. Control. I can spell, I promise. Okay. Then we're going to go to Effects, Expression Controls, Slider. Now, the slider by itself doesn't do anything. And what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the rotation that we had earlier. I'm going to grab this pick whip. So now that we have this control, what I'm going to go do is I'm going to open up, here's the time layer. I'm going to grab this pick whip and I'm going to pair it with the slider control. And what it does is it actually finishes out your expression for you. So this comp, layer, control, dot effect, slider control, slider, and then you close it. Oh, I'm so sorry. Should be time, and then all that. So now whenever we go and reset the slider control, it's not going to do anything. But if we go back to 360, like we had earlier, by the time you finish that 1 second, it'll have a 360-degree rotation. And now all of this expression works on a slider. Easy enough. Now you can work and figure out how to put together UIs in different fashions. Figure out just really works for you. Once you have a really nice design, you can take those different attributes, apply these techniques to them, and you'll have a very nice looking animated and easily correctable if something needs to be changed or corrected way of fixing things, you know, just with sliders. Anyway, my name is Eugene Capon. This is Capon Design. If you learned something, and I hope you did, or else why else would you be here? Give me a like button. If you have any questions, leave a comment down below. And if you want to continue this journey in After Effects, Adobe Premiere, and hopefully we'll be getting into some VR very soon, which is very exciting for me. And hopefully it'll be exciting for you. Hit the subscribe button. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.